Well, hi folks, welcome once again to Pete's Kitchen Garden. It is Monday the 6th of June and not a cloud in the sky, absolutely glorious. About 23 degrees today, and I tell you what, you can feel every degree of it as well. It's boiling and it's my day off work. Taters roaring along. Look at them carrots going now. I think they must have grown a fair bit since the last update. The borders are also coming along nicely. They're starting to flower. We've got the washing in the way, unfortunately, but we have to dry our washing. I'm just going to show you these overwintering garlic. Let's see if I can get close enough. You can just see starting to thicken up quite nicely there. It's the first time I've ever grown garlic. To say they're overwintering. I planted them back in November, and I'm probably going to give them just a couple more weeks. You know, I don't want them to bolt, and they sort of should be ready around about now or fairly soon anyway, so keep a close eye on those, and when I think they're about ready to pull, I'll stop watering and hopefully they'll sort of dry out a little bit. Everything else is doing fine. Just let me get on the other side of the washing. So we've got the row of garlic that I put in way back in February, I think. Onions, all doing nicely. I think I said in a previous video that 4 of them hadn't fired. I had a look this morning, and every single one has. Every single onion. You know, some of the ones that I thought hadn't fired have, and yeah, they're only tiny, but you know, they're coming along. Took the net off these leeks now. Now, as I've mentioned to you before in the previous video, when it's sunny like this, I can't see a thing on this iPad screen, but I'm sure you'll be able to see them. The holes are about between 4 and 6 inches deep. A few of them have filled in, I think about 2 or 3, but the rest of them have kind of stayed open. Got them Sweden because they were just getting too big for the pots. They're ready to go out, so I've got those in next to this double row of beetroot, which I think I had put in the last video. I think I had metal grid over this to stop the cats digging it. There's the Quattro Gourmet, the coloured variety, and a row of Baltardi there. And the big thing that's happened. Just let me move around a bit because I keep getting hit by the washing. Brassica cage. So 8 foot square, fits over this whole bed, and I've used a really fine polypropylene mesh on this, and because I think I mentioned last time, well, the wood pigeons, we have a lot of them around here, the wood pigeons were taking chunks out of them, and the slugs did get in one night, but I quickly put some pellets down and sorted them out. But obviously very soon is going to be cabbage white season, so you know, it's nice to know that they're covered over now. I can relax. I can't really get far back enough to do a shot of the whole thing because I'm going to have the washing in my face. Rest of the garden looking nice, as it always does on a sunny day. That's all it takes to make most gardens look good, really, a bit of sunshine. These strawberries are still some really good growth on them, and there's a lot more of these runners starting to appear now as well. The first year I've grown strawberries, and they're doing really good, but what I have noticed here, obviously I put this netting over to keep the birds out, but as soon as you get one like this that's anywhere near the net, the cheeky little buggers will get in there and just nip that off. But I'm not worried, you know, that they can't get to the rest of it, so don't worry about that one. These sugar snap peas are absolutely roaring along now, really climbing, and they're sort of starting, you know, the leaves sort of start to fold, you know, before they're about to start forming pods. They're doing that now, which is cool. Spring onions. I'm quite excited about these, because again, I don't know how well you can see this on here. I don't know if you can see that at all, but they're not far off. You know, maybe I reckon another week we'll be able to start picking the biggest ones, especially if the weather stays like this. Lettuce, more spring onion, and we've got some the last of the radish there, and we'll be picking them tonight to have with some of these salad leaves with a bit of fish and some new potatoes. Lovely. Now then, where I've got this Sonnetti, this is, well, it's actually past its flowering season. I mean, it is still sort of flowering, but I'm going to be pruning it back probably fairly soon. I'll just leave it to run its course for now. But I've planted oriental lilies around them. So I'd seen these at work, and you know when you just think, oh, they just look beautiful. Got to get some of them. And but I already have bought quite a lot of plants this year. I was in two minds, and then one of my workmates told me that she can't have these because she's got cats, and apparently they're poisonous to cats. So that pretty much made my mind up, and I bought some there and then. I don't care too much for cats, as if you've watched recent videos and seen what they've done in the garden, you'll probably be aware. I was actually sort of having a stroll around the garden with my wife about an hour ago, and down there near the compost bin, it absolutely stinks of cat pee. You know, they're obviously using it as a weeing post, and you know, I don't know, it drives me mad. Tomatoes. So these are really, really doing good now. All got flowers on them. So I'm going to try not to move this round too quickly because I must admit I'm not the best cameraman. I don't want to make anyone feel sick. That end one, I've actually pinched out the top. You can't see because it sort of disappears behind the shading there. But that is just as long as I need it to be. So yeah, and it probably won't be that long before I'm doing the same with the others. Really pleased with tomatoes so far this year, really pleased. Cucumbers are really starting to come along now, and they're starting to get buds on them, but it's quite difficult for me to sort of get in there with this camera because, as I say, with the sun I can't see very much, so but yeah, they're starting to get some nice little sort of buds on them, you know, where the cucumbers grow from. These cheat peppers, I say cheat, I bought them from B&Q, you know, no wrong with that. I'll look after them, hopefully they'll grow and we'll get some nice fresh peppers off them. They're starting to, you know, they seem to be the same size for ages, and in the last week or so they've just sort of almost doubled in height, so pleased with that. As of these ones that a friend from work gave me, and as I think I mentioned last time, I'm going to plant them in the border which currently has the beetroot in, which I'll show you in a second. Next generation of lettuce. Just go down underneath. So we've got these beetroot that I put in here quite early on in the season. The idea being, you know, to have sort of baby beets. Let's pick them quite early. That one seems to be sort of growing on its side for some reason. But I want these about golf ball size, and a couple of them are getting there, and a couple of them are not quite there yet, but I want them to hurry up because that's absolutely, this border here is where I want the peppers to go. So that's about it really, guys, for today. It was just a quick one really. I do apologise if any of the sort of camera work's dodgy. As I say, it's really difficult to see when it's this sunny, but it's what also makes it one of the best times to do videos. So as always, guys, thank you for watching, look after yourselves, take care, and bye for now.